A Nigerian Instagram celebrity, Ramon Abbas, known as Hush Puppy, has admitted his involvement in a conspiracy to defraud a Qatari businessman of more than $1 million, the U.S. Justice Department has said. Abbas, 41, also admitted to laundering money through bank accounts around the world, including several other cyber and business email compromise schemes that cumulatively caused more than $24 million in losses, the statement released. He pleaded guilty to the charges on April 20, back in 2021 according to court documents. Abbas was arrested in the United Arab Emirates in June of 2020 after local police raided his Dubai apartment. Nearly $41 million in cash, 13 luxury cars valued at around $6.8 million, and phone and computer evidence containing more than 100,000 fraud files, and the addresses of nearly 2 million possible victims were found during the raid, according to Dubai police. He was arrested alongside another Nigerian man, Olkan Jacob Ponley aka Woodbury, in a joint operation with United States agents known as Fox Hunt 2, Dubai police said. Abbas was handed over to FBI agents, and was later transferred to Los Angeles to face trial on charges of money laundering through cybercrime schemes. According to court documents, Abbas, along with other defendants, faked the financing of a school by posing as bank officials and creating a fake website to convince a Qatari businessman to part with his money. They also bribed a foreign official to keep the elaborate pretense going after the victim was tipped off, said acting United States Attorney Tracy L. Wilkison. They succeeded in defrauding the businessman of $1.1 million, and part of the stolen money was used to purchase a Richard Mille RM11-03 watch, which was hand-delivered to Abbas in Dubai and subsequently appeared in Hush Puppy's social media posts, prosecutors said. Abbas also used part of the proceeds to allegedly acquire St. Christopher and Nevis citizenship, as well as a passport for Abbas obtained by creating a false marriage certificate and then bribing a government official in St. Kitts, according to official documents. Abbas was a lavish spender who claimed to be a real estate developer and was famous for tossing wads of cash and flaunting his Rolls-Royces, luxury watches, and designer clothing on Instagram, where he has amassed more than 2 million followers. U.S. prosecutors said the popular Instagrammer, described as a high-profile money launderer, funded his luxurious lifestyle by laundering illicit proceeds generated by con artists who use increasingly sophisticated means. Abbas leveraged his social media platforms to gain notoriety and to brag about the immense wealth he acquired by conducting business email compromise scams, online bank heists, and other cyber-enabled fraud that financially ruined scores of victims and provided assistance to the North Korean regime, Mr. Alwi said in a court document on Monday. Abbas pleaded guilty to money laundering last year, admitting attempting to steal more than $1.1 million from someone who wanted to fund a new children's school in Qatar. Court documents in California say he played a key role in the scheme, playing the roles of bank officials and creating a bogus website. He also admitted to several other cyber and business email compromise schemes that cumulatively caused more than $24 million in losses, the U.S. Justice Department said. Among them was a 2019 scheme, which plunged the European island of Malta into chaos as payment systems shut down after he tried to launder €13 million, $13 million, stolen by a gang of North Korean hackers from the Maltese Bank of Valletta. At one point on Instagram, Abbas said he was a real estate developer and had a category of videos called flexing, social media lingo for showing off. The 41-year-old began his career in Oworonshoki, a poor coastal area in the northeast of Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital. Local driver C told the BBC that he remembered Abbas as a young boy working alongside his mother in the Olajojo market. His father was a taxi driver. In 2020, he renewed his lease for another year at the exclusive Palazzo Versace apartments in Dubai under his real name and phone number. "Thank you, Lord, for the many blessings in my life. Continue to shame those waiting for me to be shamed," he captioned an Instagram picture of a Rolls-Royce just a fortnight before he was arrested. Those who knew Lagos-born Abbas before his transformation into Hush Puppy allege these are not the first scams he has carried out. He allegedly started his fraudulent lifestyle as a Yahoo boy, the Nigerian term for men who commit romance fraud by stealing other people's identities online and swindling their none the wiser lovers out of money. A Lagos driver called Say told the BBC back in 2021 that he developed a taste for the finer things in life, but was always generous. As he grew older, Say says, Abbas liked to splash his cash. He was generous. He used to buy beer for everyone around. But everyone knew the source of his mysterious wealth, cybercrime. He was at Yahoo, Say says. Yahoo boys are romance scammers who took their name from the first free email available in Nigeria. They came up with the idea of stealing identities. And then with that identity theft, they went into dating scams, explains Dr. Adedeji Iyenuga, a cybercrime expert at Lagos State University. Once a relationship is established via a false identity, romance scammers wheedle money from their online lovers. Like many Yahoo boys, Abbas broadened his criminal
due to an early reliance on the company's free email accounts, simply as Yahoo.
Ending up in Kuala Lumpur.
Social media offered a virtually limitless number of targets, often referred to as smuggers, which is local slang that translates to gullible marks.
In February 2019, he attempted to launder €13 million, £11 million, $15 million, stolen by a gang of North Korean hackers from the Maltese Bank of Valletta. Abigail Mamo, chief executive of the Maltese Chamber of Small and Medium Enterprises, says the heist plunged the holiday island into chaos. Shopping trolleys filled with goods were abandoned at checkouts as payment systems shut down. We received calls from our members telling us they were sending money using Bank of Valletta's platform to their foreign suppliers, says Miss Mamo. Their foreign suppliers did not receive the money. We're talking about thousands of euros. The bank said it managed to recover €10 million. Damn, Abbas said in a text to a fellow scammer at the time in messages obtained by the FBI. The reply shows the next heist was being planned. Next one is in few weeks. We'll let you know when it's ready. Too bad they caught on, or it would have been a nice payout. In May of 2019, Abbas was tasked with setting up a bank account in Mexico. It was to receive £100 million from a Premier League football club and £200 million from a UK firm. Neither are named in the court documents. The scams were to be carried out via business email compromise, BEC. Terrifyingly simple, BEC works by intercepting payments via fake emails that appear to come from an address that is almost exactly the same as the supplier's. Only a single letter or number will be different. In that email, the scammers, posing as a supplier awaiting payment, typically say they've switched banks, so the payment will need to be wired to a different account, the details for which they will provide. The account's clerk is fooled into thinking it is a legitimate request from the supplier, and, with a single click of a mouse, vast sums of money are lost. But the Premiership scam fell apart when the UK banks refused to pay into the Mexican account. "Brother, I can't send from UK to Mexico," Abbas's sidekick messaged him. They keep finding out. None of the Premiership clubs would confirm whether or not they were the intended victim. Abbas's final big scam before his arrest in Dubai in June 2020 was straight-up identity theft, borrowed from the Yahoo boy romance scams of his youth. He assumed the identity of a New York banker to entrap his victim, a Qatari businessperson seeking a $15 million loan to build a new school in the Gulf state. Between December 2019 and February 2020, Abbas and a gang of alleged middlemen in Kenya, Nigeria, and the US groomed and conned the victim out of more than $1 million. Some of it was laundered via the purchase of a watch worth a staggering $230,000. But soon, the cracks between the gangs started to show. One member threatened to blow the whole scam wide open as he was unhappy about the money he was getting. Abbas was determined to shut him up. He texted his contact, Nigerian police officer Abakari, saying, "I want him to go through a serious beating of his life. I want to spend money to send this boy to jail, let him go for a very long time." It is alleged that Mr. Kyari then falsely arrested and detained the middleman for a month in a squalid Nigerian cell. And now Mr. Kyari too is wanted in the US on charges of fraud, money laundering and identity theft. He has previously denied having any criminal involvement with Abbas and has not responded to requests for comment. However, Hush Puppy supporters say he is a changed man. According to Nigerian newspaper Premium Times, 2 imams wrote to the judge in Los Angeles appealing for leniency, saying he regularly helped out widows and orphans, as well as donating to things like feeding programs. Meanwhile, his wife said his arrest had plunged her into hardship, noting that she had to work overtime in order to pay for their child's private education. Hush Puppy pleaded guilty to all charges and was given an 11-year sentence. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel.